New Client Onboarding Training video. This video covers the new client onboarding process. We will walk through what happens when a prospective client becomes a new client, including the essential steps to establish representation, organize the file, and begin case development. The onboarding process begins once a prospective client has been approved for representation. The most important thing to understand is that the attorney-client relationship does not begin until a fee agreement has been signed. Ethical rules require that no legal action or casework can be performed until there is a signed agreement between the attorney and the client. Step 1. Sending representation forms. Once the decision to represent a prospective client has been made, the first step is to send out representation forms. This includes the fee agreement, the SSA 1696 form, and any other documents your firm requires. For example, for us, we send an 827 along with our own HIPAA authorizations. The specific method you choose to send these forms is firm specific. Some firms send them electronically, while others prefer traditional mail. The key point is that onboarding cannot proceed until all required forms have been signed and returned. Step 2. When the signed forms are received. Once the signed fee agreement and 1696 form are received, several steps need to be completed immediately. First, change the case status in your case management system from pending or lead to open. This marks the transition from a prospective matter to an active client case. Next, review the case for any existing deadlines. Even during the intake process, potential deadlines should already be noted. But now that the case is active, you must confirm that all appeal or filing deadlines are properly calendared and monitored. Next, update the task list or workflow for the appropriate case stage. For example, if it is an initial application, reconsideration, or hearing level case, ensure that the correct task sequence is active and that each responsible team member has their assignments. Step 3, setting up client communication. Once the internal case setup is complete, you must establish secure communication with the client. Set the client up on your designated client portal or communication platform. In our firm, we use a secure mobile app which allows encrypted messaging directly from the client's smartphone. Most disability clients communicate primarily by phone rather than computer, so using a mobile-based encrypted method is both practical and secure. After setting up the portal, send the client their welcome materials. This should include the client manual or welcome packet that explains what to expect, how communication works, and what steps the client needs to take during the process. Providing this information upfront reduces confusion and helps the client feel supported. Step 4, beginning medical onboarding. The next step after general onboarding is medical onboarding. This is where the case development process truly begins. Send the client the medical treatment questionnaire to gather a full list of their medical providers and treatment history. Once that form is returned, the medical assistant or designated staff member begins creating the medical chronology. The medical onboarding appointment should then be scheduled to review and verify treatment sources, confirm provider contact information, and ensure the record is complete from the beginning of the claimed disability period. For federal court cases, the procedure is a bit different. We don't typically complete a full chronology immediately when the case is at the federal court level. In conclusion, to summarize, the new client onboarding process includes 5 main steps. First, send and obtain signed representation forms, including the fee agreement, 1696, authorizations, and any other document your firm requires. Second, update the case management system to mark the case has been opened and verify any deadlines. Third, activate the correct workflow or task list for the case level, including initial application, reconsideration, ALJ hearing level, appeals counsel, or federal court. Fourth, establish secure client communication and send welcome materials. Fifth, begin the medical onboarding process by completing and verifying medical treatment information. Following these steps ensures that every new client is onboarded consistently, ethically, and efficiently, and that the case can move forward without delay.